My midlife crisis, a heartbreak to say the least. Activate your neck to look around. It will never be a great substitute. None of the other reviewers will be talking about the issue I'm about to unveil today. Did I pull the trigger on this one too early?
Roman does consumer tips.
I don't know if it's my midlife crisis quietly knocking on the door or me just wanting some new experiences in gaming. Whatever that was, I swapped my 32-inch Samsung Odyssey G8 Neo for something else. And this is a 48-inch OLED Ultragear Gaming Monitor. Did I pull the trigger on this one too early? Well, let's see what went wrong and who this monitor is for. And if you're looking for in-depth technical details, I strongly recommend you to check out this rthings post about this monitor, as I covered them all in one place. Except none of the other reviewers will be talking about the issue I'm about to unveil today. As we proceed further, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe button below as well. This too helps the channel a lot. And if you feel extremely generous, there is a super thanks button right under this video, where you can donate a small amount of money for my video camera upgrade. Now, back to the monitor. Isn't she an eye-catcher on my desk? But really, she is huge, and this is why the gaming community has been divided with its razor slim OLED panel into two camps. Some people claim it's an overkill of a desk monitor and it will never be a great substitute for an all-in-one gaming and productivity monitor segment, while others claim they use it on a daily basis and are in love with the size, as well as colors, true blacks and all the juicy stuff that comes with OLED panel. In my case, it's complicated. A heartbreak to say the least. Because I think I love it, but I'm returning it back. But before we go into the negative stuff, let me tell you a bit more about what I like in this monitor. The elephant in the room. Size. It takes some time to get used to a new range of motion for your neck. Yes, with this monitor you have to activate your neck to look around, especially if you are planning to use it for productivity. Is it good or bad for your neck? I'm not sure, I'm not a chiropractor. Next topic I want to touch on is PPI, or pixel per inch. For monitors where you are sitting in front of it, quantity of pixels plays huge difference in terms of image quality. In general, it's believed that your monitor has to be at least in the range of 100 pixels per inch to be considered good for productivity tasks. If you look at some of the office-targeted panels, PPI count on this is usually in a range of at least 120 pixels per square inch. One of the highest PPI counts I ever heard of is 163 pixels per square inch on this Dell ultra-sharp 27-inch 4K panel. Basically, for productivity, the more the merrier. And this is one of the reasons why OLED panels are just starting to enter smaller screen space segment, as previously, technology was just simply not there yet. In fact, if you look at LG's latest 2022 42-inch OLED Evo panel, it scores 106 pixels per inch. Small difference, but a huge leap for a 4K OLED panels. I think give it a couple of years here and there and we'll start seeing 4K OLED panels in a bit more usual sizes like 27 or 32 inch. As of today though, there are only 2K panels in the OLED segment, just starting to penetrate gaming segment in a smaller screen size. I know I got a little carried away here, but PPI count on this 48-inch Ultragear is only 92 pixels per square inch. However, if you don't plan to sit with your nose rubbing against the screen, but instead position it at least 2 feet away, you will soon realize that lower PPI count is not a bad thing on this monitor. And it's really doable for a multitasking on a deep office desk like mine. Next, I want to touch base on accessibility of ports, and it's horrible. Since the monitor is not adjustable in any way on a stand, it will be impossible to reach the back if you have it against the wall like I do and no access on each side. Therefore, all of these USB ports at the back are not usable. Well, at least not for a day-to-day operation. The only comfortably positioned port so far is this headphone jack on the front panel that has an output both for your sound and input for your microphone. There are also no buttons on this monitor, meaning you have to use this cool looking remote control. However, if you have another LG TV with its standard Magic Remote, it can be used on this monitor as well. Speaking of TVs, main differences between this 48GQ900-B Ultragear model versus LG's 48-inch OLED Evo C2 are this. First is the anti-gloss layer. As you can see, there's practically no glossiness and there's no reflection from two lamps shining straight against it. And it makes this monitor great for bright places or if you have some light source right at the back of you. Though some people argue that they prefer glossy screen for that sharper image that they provide. Second difference is availability of a display port on gaming version, which allows you to overclock your monitor up to 138 FPS versus the standard 120 on a TV with HDMI cable alone. There are also no TV menus whatsoever, but apart from these differences, practically speaking, it's the same LG OLED TV, and they even kept the speakers built in, which is a great feature since you no longer will need to have any additional speaker sets on your desk apart from this monitor. Another cool feature I discovered that not many people talk about is the ability to put this monitor into a ultra-wide mode. Since you have self-lit OLED panel, it turns your screen into perfect ultra-wide where you don't even see those artificial boundaries of this new ultra-wide monitor. It's practically 2-in-1. And this makes this display a very powerful hybrid for gaming and productivity use. However, to activate this feature, you have to turn off FPS overclocking. Since it's a gaming monitor, you guessed it, it has LEDs at the back. These are cool and adjustable to a certain degree, but I feel like they're not bright enough, and if you have a setup with nothing on the side, this will be barely visible, so I have them turned off most of the time, despite having an object to shine against on each side. Oh, and last but not least feature, unlike a TV, it can fall asleep and wake up with your computer. Overall, as you can see, aesthetically and ergonomically, it's a beautiful monitor with a lot of attention to details. Even the stand is made of a heavy cast iron that gives you not only a premium look, but a very sturdy base and allows to position it right at the edge of your table. It even provides some cable management. But same as all great things, it has downsides. In my case, it's not the lower than 100 ppi quantity, as I sit far enough to not be affected by it. And it's not the oversized screen. It actually comes from its power consumption. This 48-inch OLED Ultragear monitor is a power hog. See, I live in a relatively new building, and my entire floor is powered by a single power line connected to a standard 15 amps breaker. If I have someone else playing on a Xbox Series X and another 55-inch OLED TV in the next room, at the same time with me running my RTX 4090 at ultra-high gaming settings and this Ultragear monitor, it trips my breaker relatively quick, in fact within 10 minutes of gameplay, especially if you run it on HDR setting with high brightness. Here you go. Power is out. I even tried unplugging everything on the same floor apart from my gaming PC, this monitor and Xbox and TV in another room. Still, no luck of running it for long enough before it trips the breaker again. And it does it over and over, meaning I cannot use this monitor to its full potential. Even if I lower the brightness and turn off most of the features it provides, it still triggers that breaker. And due to this issue, since I have another gamer in my household, I have to return this monitor and go for something else. Another minor issue I noticed was the way it wakes up from standby. Sometimes it would not wake up to a brightness level it went to sleep at. However, this is an easy fix with this awesome remote, because it's just a couple of clicks to switch the gaming mode and restore it back to where it was. So let's sum it up. Would I recommend this monitor for a mixed use? In my opinion, absolutely. And especially if you don't have a setup like mine or run on a 20 amps power line in your household. That is, by the way, mostly applicable to folks from North America who are stuck with 120 volts power lines. Second reason why I would recommend it is due to its ability to transform from a standard 16:9 aspect ratio to a ultra-wide monitor. It's very handy and I use it a lot. Plus, you can use this monitor with your computer, through a proper DisplayPort, as well as plug in your gaming consoles and all other peripherals that use HDMI port. I know I didn't speak much about the price, but this monitor goes on sale pretty frequently. And sometimes you can score one of these for yourself for as low as $1,000 US. I know we're in a time where people pay thousands of dollars for a gaming monitor. I will leave a direct Amazon link in the description for you to check it out, but bear in mind, at full price, it's pricey. I also didn't speak much about the gameplay quality. I mean, what else can I say about it? It's an OLED with super fast response rate and overclock refresh rate options. Colors are juicy straight out of the box and you can tweak it even further. True blacks and no backlight leaking makes it perfect for gaming. I hope my review gave you a different perspective on this monitor and you will be able to pull a trigger on it or not based on your setup. If this was the first time we met, my name is Roman. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see another alternative from Samsung, check out this highly praised and similarly priced Alienware AW3423DW 34-inch curved display that runs on a Samsung's QD OLED panel. However, unfortunately, it only does it at 2K resolution, which makes it impractical for console gamers. And on this note, I'll see you in my next video.